Well, this week we're going to make something that's probably not too exciting, and they look kind of funky and ugly, but what they are going to be is the basis for cakes to go into these cake boxes. Stay tuned and see how we do this. Be sure and check the blog post for more information on why we're doing this. Alright, first off, let's talk about why we're doing this. I'm doing this video this week. I do this on my other channel too. I'll do a video where I'm showing you the steps to do something that we're going to use over and over again. I want to fill these cake boxes up, and I don't want to show you how to make a cake blank, so what I'm going to call it, I don't know what else to call it, a cake blank every time I'm going to do this. So we'll do this week, and then over the next couple of weeks, hopefully, or next couple of months, we'll make some different cakes. So I'm on camera, I'm going to show you how to do one for the large one. And what I've got a set of clay cutters. I'm using the cake printout that's in here, and I'm making it smaller. I don't want to make it as big because I want to put frosting or fondant or something over the outside of these cakes. And I've already done some measuring. Just pick a cutter, a round cutter, or something to cut around that's a little bit smaller. We're going to add on when we go to bake them. I've rolled my clay out, and I'm using my Sculpey, original Sculpey. Hopefully I'll remember to put the picture of the box of that about here in the video so you can see what I mean. I've used this before. I like this for a couple of reasons. It's about half the cost of regular polymer clay, of our nice colors. It's great for things like this. I use it a lot where we're not going to see the clay. It's kind of a filler. So I'm going to take, and I've rolled this out, did I just say that? On my pasta machine at the thickest setting. And I kind of measured. I took out the inserts here, and I kind of measured how thick I was going to need. And I'm going to have to fix my box. It's tearing. So for this one, I think I'm going to need 9 layers plus a top and a bottom. So we're going to go 1, 2, see if I've got enough clay rolled out, 3, 4. They don't have to be perfect. 5, 6, 7, 8, hey, what do you know? 9. Alright, now, pull this clay out of my way. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stack up, I think I'll start with 3 stacks of 3 because I don't want to waste all the clay in the middle. Once again, this is never going to be seen. We're not going to see the inside of this. This is, obviously we can't make a cake that is sliced. At some point I will show you how to make a cake that we can have sliced and show pieces of cake. This will just be like the cakes for in these bakery boxes, or if you've made a bakery for your dolls, something to have in there. Now we're going to take a smaller cutter, and these don't even have to line up between each other. We're going to take out all of that clay. This will make them bake faster. We're not wasting clay because we don't need to have this clay in the middle. It will make these bake a lot faster because if we had all of this extra clay in the middle, this would take a long time to bake. Now we're going to stack these up. Since this clay is all raw clay, it will stick together just fine. I've actually already got the blanks for the 2 smaller sizes baked off because I was experimenting to make sure this was going to work. For those, I cut the holes after I stacked them together, but it was a little difficult. And this one is deeper. Alright, I'm going to do that. Now let's roll out our clay again and get enough to make our tops and our bottoms. Hopefully I'm not moving the whole table when I'm rolling things. I'm going to cut this and this. I'm going to put this on top. It's okay if it's not perfect. We are going to sand these off a little bit when they come out of the oven. And like I said, when we make our cakes, we're going to cover them. So, right now, I've got to very carefully, those are still warm, move this to my baking plate. Now, I'm going to bake this according to the package directions. I'm going to bake it at about 275, 250 to 275. I'd rather bake my clay slightly under temperature than over. And remember, it will be baked again when we make the cake itself. I'm going to bake it for about 15 minutes. There's nothing very thick in here. There's just it's just walls. Here are the two that I've already made. They look like this. When this is baked off, and these are all the way cooled, and that one's cooled, we'll go on to the next step. All right, these are all baked off, and they are completely cooled to room temperature. Now you'll notice that one side is somewhat flatter than the other, and that when we go to cover these and make them into cakes, those will be the tops. Now they're really rough. We are going to cover them, but I'm going to knock down some of this. This is just 100 grit sandpaper. This doesn't have to be perfect, because what we are going to do, and I'll try and get a cake done next week with one of these. We're going to cover this and make it look like it has a fondant sides on, or we could frost them too. And I'll show you several different things over probably the next couple of months. But this is just one alternative to doing a cake for a bakery that's going to, or for display, where it will be not a sliced cake. So that is our cakes, and yeah, they're uneven, but that's fine. We're going to even them up. Our next, when we put the outside, the decorations on, that will be all evened up, and it will look just fine. So that's our cake blanks. I hope you found this video informative. And you'll find a link for this video in the descriptions of the future cakes that we make from these. So let's come back next week and see what we make then. Be sure and check us on Facebook. The link for that is in the description box. It's also in the blog post. And be sure and check the blog post that goes with this video. There'll be more information there. I'll talk to you later. Bye.